Well, if you think about what the image of the United States is and how we've invaded these foreign countries, these Islamic countries, and the hatred that a lot of the Islamic radical fundamentalist guys have towards the United States government, if we had a similar enemy to the United States, as overpowering as we are, as invasive as we are. We have bases in over 100 countries.
Red Dawn.
Could you imagine? Wake up those fucking dudes that live in Michigan, those white dudes that live
all
in
their guns.
South Dakota and North Dakota and fucking New Mexico. Jesus Louises. You know what kind of a fucking army? If we were invaded, that would be...
It would never end.
If the United States turned hard,
it would
if you fucking gave us our super serum, our super soldier serum from Captain America movie, it would be this is a war-loving country. We're just so fat and so far ahead of the curve.
But we would get down with it pretty quick.
That's what we saw after 9/11.
Yeah.
When everybody had the
but
flags.
I think that you brought up a fucking good point, which is, here's Iraq, right? And for a long time we were supporting Iraq. And then we'd support Iran, their biggest enemy. And then we'd support Iraq again. And then we'd support Iran. Why? Because we wanted cheap oil. Fine. That's geopolitics. Actually, who gives a fuck? Actually, you know, we're hegemonic power. That's what we have to do. Whatever. The problem is you say, okay, we made up shit. This is where it gets a bit wonky, right? Because you're like, if you just told the American people, we need the fucking oil and this guy is fucking with our oil, I think that would have been better than weapons of mass destruction and going into the UN and trying to get everybody behind it and try. We understand we are a geopolitical player. We're the policeman, the world's policeman. You don't have to make this shit up. But what happened is they said Al-Qaeda is being supported by Saddam Hussein. Now, anyone with half a brain knows that Al-Qaeda's fundamentalist religion and the Ba'ath Party was a secular. They were they were like a political thing. They didn't want religious extremism. So they weren't helping Al-Qaeda. Were they bad guys? Is Saddam Hussein a bad guy? Yes. I didn't like him. He's not my friend. I don't like him. But was he fucking Osama bin Laden's best friend? No, they were enemies. In any case, we make shit up and we go in there. We fuck shit up so bad for so long that when we leave, right after the day we leave, a fucking cadre of motherfuckers come out called ISIS, which make Al-Qaeda look like a fucking tea party and take over the country, right?
But is it surprising at all?
But hold on. So we go in. We made it up. We said the boogeyman lives in Iraq. We fuck it up so bad that when we leave, the boogeyman is twice as big, and by the way, we made him. Now, that is a failure, not of our troops, but of the fucking State Department and of a political fucking... Because these guys, there was a time when the British could actually say, you know, we can make decisions that are... We are making decisions that are terribly wrong, and the saddest part about that is people are paying for that on our side and on their side with their fucking lives.
But isn't that... I mean, and I'm not in any way downplaying the troops or any military action, but I'm just looking at it from a purely objective point of view, almost like a mathematical point of view. Isn't that a cause and effect type situation? I mean, you enter into a country, you have, what is the number of casualties of civilians in Iraq? It's staggering, right?
It's like 100 to 1.
It's
crazy.
The amount of civilians that were killed is supposedly somewhere around 1 million.
Yes, including sanctions because we cut off medicine and shit. It's like 1 million Iraqis. Now, it's a big number.
What does anybody in their right mind think the reaction of those people is going to be, unless they're so completely detached from those people on the ground that you don't take that into account at all when you make your decisions?
That's my long-winded answer to your question, which is, if someone did that to America and said, America bombed Russia, and we clearly did not bomb Russia, or we didn't help or whatever, they invaded us, killed 1 million or 10, whatever the factor is, 10 million or 20 million, everybody, including me and you, would get, so we're going to go kill those motherfuckers.
Yeah, we would all have to get down.
And that is what's happening now.